It's relatively unexplored by, the masses. It's a lot to get up here, and it's a vast world in the north, and mountain bike tourism is really a new thing up here.
My name is Andreas Hessler, and I'm with the BC Bike Race, and here we are at the BC Bike Ride. Route 16 is northern BC. It goes from Prince George to the Great Bear Rainforest. Along the way, there just happens to be 3, 4, 5 awesome places to ride mountain bikes. So what we have here is a new mountain biking group called Route 16. And so we're just showcasing and telling a story of 10 countries and 40 people that are out exploring.
BCBR, ride or race. I'm quite passionate about. I've been organizing people's fun for 23 years. I really get a kick out of organizing races. BC Bike Race and Ride is, with race, I think it's more goal-oriented. The ultimate goal being a BC Bike Race finisher where you get your belt buckle at the end of 7 days. BC Bike Ride, same kind of camping and camaraderie and mobile experience, moving from town to town. But with Ride, it's more like you would do when you're a tourist on your own, traveling to different communities, explore different mountain bike stashes, if you will, of trails in the different locations.
Prince, you know Prince? And this is my friend George. So, this is Prince George.
I am the guy. Hey, my name is Ben Yeager, born and raised right here in Prince George, BC. People are stoked. Yeah, it's really, really cool to bring people around trails that I grew up riding and really introduced me to mountain biking. And people get the same first reaction that I had when I rode them. So it's really cool to see that. And to see so many people out at this spot that would never really think to come to Prince George. The secret's kind of getting out. So really fun to have these people out and really, really stoked on everyone's reaction.
I was a little nervous. I saw a couple people with bear spray on their bikes.
The strategy is if I see a bear, then it's going to bite my water bottle cage and get a really good squirt of bear mace.
So we rode Otway and Paterny today. Otway in the morning, a little bit more XC, all mountain flowy trails, and then in the afternoon we came to Paterny, where it's kind of where I grew up riding. We got a little bit more faster, some big wood structures built by the YGDR crew at Ruckus, Mark and Shannon. They do an awesome job and put thousands of hours here in the last few years and have done an amazing job. So it's cool to show it off. To see people that have never seen a wood structure like that, just mind blowing. They're pretty amazed.
It looks almost doable, but I think it's a little out of my league.
Yeah!
I think once you see the first stupid guy that goes, then you become the second stupid guy that goes. So it gives you power. One of the best days of my life, I think.
Really?
The trails are amazing, the flow is amazing.
The jumps,
really cool.
drops. I don't know what to wait for tomorrow.
We've done probably 20 stage races over the last 14 years. Been in Morocco, we've been in Canada, and we started mountain biking, stage racing. We enjoy the camaraderie. We enjoy being with a group of people and getting to know them. I think the thing that interested us most about BC Bike Ride is that it wasn't a competition. Quite honestly, the older we get, the slower we are, and we're not exactly keeping up with the competition racing. but just going out and riding and meeting some, again, the great people, making new friends.
But here we've had an opportunity to ride any type of terrain, any type of thing that you would like to ride. The names of the trail, we found some bacon and bean and razorback. Everything is oriented towards the swine.
It smells like bacon. That was a good one.
Bacon is my favorite. That was a nice one too.
Well, I'm Valdemar Franco is my last name. I was born and raised in Mexico City, and now I live in Valle de Bravo. I was here for the BC bike race in 2014. When I was riding the BC bike race, I thought, you know, we have to come back here in a different rhythm so you can stop and enjoy and maybe hike back up and do something that you didn't do right, or you want to do another line. And then the email of the bike ride north came in, and I said, this is it, this is great. So I'm enjoying it because I'm riding at my pace. You can drink a beer, you can wake up late, there's no stress, and you have to be totally hydrated and everything, and this is great.
Having the group that we had from the 10 different countries, it was absolutely awesome. Just to get to know everybody over a week. It was a very intimate group. We traveled together, we rode together, we ate together. At the end of the day, it's like having a bunch of new friends that share the same passion that you do and want to get out there and road trip and see the world.
Little spruce grew on the hill above my home.
You can see what an amazing bike club that we have. Limba, basically 10 or so years ago, there was nothing really on this mountain in terms of trails, and they have created all of this just out of nothing. It's 100% volunteer driven.
I was drawn towards that tree. Arnica bloomed on the hill above my home. When the wind blew, it looked just
I also want to thank BC Bike Ride for choosing Burns Lake as a destination this year, and we hope that you can come back next year.
In 1970, after I got back from Vietnam and finished my undergraduate, I took a journey up on this same highway, Highway 16, from Indiana to Ketchikan, Alaska, via Prince Rupert, and camped along Highway 16. Of course, back then I was not a mountain biker. It's been quite an enlightening experience to relive something that I did how many ever years ago, from 1970 to now, probably 45 years or 50 years ago.
My name's Taylor Backrack. I'm the mayor of Smithers. We're a town of about 5,000 people, a little mountain town at the base of Hudson Bay Mountain. So my wife and I moved here about little over 12 years ago, and we were living down in the city. I'm actually from northern BC, and we had our first child and really wanted to raise our family in a small northern mountain town. And so we started looking around the province for great mountain towns that had a ski hill. We're both skiers, and some biking and great quality of life, and stumbled on Smithers and never looked back. There's certainly a core mountain bike scene, relatively small group of folks who've spent a huge amount of time and are really committed to developing the trail network. And I think they started back in the 90s, especially on the Bluff and that name, Children of the Bluff. And that group of folks developed the first trails up on the Bluff system. And then over time, there was more and more investment, and they got some big grants and were able to build some machine-built trails and really develop what we see today.
Meeting everybody in the group was cool. Of course, it's like summer camp for adults. You don't know who's going to be there, so you're all nervous. Who is it going to be? The late night shenanigans, that was maybe a little bit of a differentiating factor between BC Bike Race and BC Bike Ride. There was definitely a little more activity in the evenings after dinner, because having the versatility the next day to choose a mellower trail or do a shuttle or whatever kind of leaves the day a little more wide open for after hours shenanigans.
We are Team Tequila! Personally, I decided to have a real holiday, kid-free, husband-free, out here to enjoy the mountains in Canada, which I've never been to before, so loving it so far.
I love the downhill, have a good time with my friends, and also a good holiday.
It's a dreams trip for a mountain biker, I think.
We're used to what we call donkey trails, old trails, so here you're guaranteed that every corner, every bend, every jump, everything is just calculated, so it gives you a lot more confidence.
I feel lucky. When I talk to people and say who's ridden here, and very few people really have ridden here, it's cool to be here, lucky.
The trails is very important for the people, no? The people care the trails, the people love the trails, and I think so is the state of the art for the mountain biking, no?
I did BC Bike Race 2 years ago now, and it was an extremely long week, but just a ton of fun, great people, and it's pretty darn cool to be back doing the BC Bike Ride now. It's just way more laid back, and we're getting these amazing trails in. Get to travel all over BC like we haven't before, and it's sick.
I think my favorite place was Terrace, because it was a bit lonelier, a lot more plants, and it was just a really lush forest to ride through. Also, the first ride that we did was a really, really technical climb, and definitely something that I could not have done at the start of the trip, but I just breezed through it, and it was awesome. It felt really, really good to just kind of just do it and have fun.
So here we are at the end of the week. It's been an amazing journey from Prince George, Burns Lake, Smithers, Terrace, and that final transition to the Skeena River and the Cassiar Cannery. It's just amazing. This beauty, this is what, arriving at the Great Bear Rainforest, stepping off to the Pacific Ocean, really feel like we've been part of something special. We had the good fortune to meet a group of First Nations people that would sing some of their songs and then show us their dances and share some of their culture with us. So last night on the banks of the Skeena, we're having a beautiful salmon barbecue, and we had some real cultural experience shared with us, and that was a really special moment, I think.
Yeah, the bike riding's all done, and we're relaxing today, so it feels good. I'm a sort of quiet kind of guy, so I came here on my own to challenge myself a little bit and meet new people, new friends and that kind of thing. That was really good actually. I was really impressed how sort of open and friendly everyone was. there's a good mix of people. I met a lot of Canadians, which is new for me, and they're super nice people, super friendly, and yeah, and all the guides were just amazing. So I felt really at home and welcome. There's stuff that I've done this week that I wouldn't have imagined having done before I got here.